Sapphire still being scanned. Her brain looks pretty good. Tell me, Matt, without being visible, you're in KL mainly, and
for the last 2 months,
yeah. What's great to me is from what you've been saying that people are really open to this kind of work.
They seem to really be open to frequency and wanting a different thing to the normal system.
Yeah.
So it's been very exciting in KL. And absolutely beautiful people in there.
Wonderful.
So a lot of very good wellness centres, and I've learnt so much information aside from the BioSpect. Different things, how to flush out all the muck out of your nose and all sorts of stuff. So
right.
A lot of very, very exciting people and a lot of really good energy in KL.
So which is your favourite centre then? Because I know you've tried a few.
Probably the Heart Sanctuary.
The Heart Sanctuary, okay. Yep. And they gave you a nice apartment?
No, there's someone else.
Oh,
they just give me a lot of customers.
Okay, that's great.
But I mean, everyone that came in for treatment was just really wanting a different way of treating himself, and they fully believe in what the BioSpect's doing for them. And most of the people I saw this time were second-time visitors from the last trip.
Really?
Yeah, and then there's another 20 or 30 on top of that. So we had a busy 2 months.
Have you had any people who are open to doing remotes yet?
Yes. I've had, without mentioning their names, I've had people all over the world.
Oh, really? Okay.
Something like 230 remote sessions now.
Seriously?
And
wow.
in the 230 sessions, I'll be honest with you, I think one failed.
Wow.
And that was because the lady who said to me, she said, "Quick, can you do a quick session?" Yeah, but we don't do quick.
Right.
We need to take our time and walk through the process and make sure the immune system is being stimulated and all this stuff, and we didn't have the time. And admittedly, I was exhausted.
Yeah.
So in that thing, I sort of let her down a bit, but that's the only one in 230 odd sessions. So,
yeah.
And the more I do those remotes, the more I'm amazed by it. And usually when it gets to the remote stage with me, somebody's critical or there's some very, very sick person on the end, and the results after 2 or 3 days have just been nothing short of just a miracle for some of them. It's been really good.
That's beautiful. Yeah, what I'm finding is I'm working with few people because I'm just getting started, and often chronic illness is multi-layered and multifaceted. So there's the emotional issues that's really lying at a deep level, but then, basically the body's down-regulated, so there aren't the resources for healing that a healthy person has. And there can even be issues coming through the mitochondrial DNA from the bloodline and that kind of thing.
Yep.
And it's not, it's natural. We're in this world where allopathy says, I'm just going to fix your symptom, and they poison you so your symptom goes away.
Yep.
But nothing is actually being treated. You appear, now I don't have an ache in my foot, so it must be good. But no, the ache in your foot is just your body trying to say there's a problem. And with the BioSpect you can go right down into causes, but it's hard for people to understand that it's a process that your body needs to build up resilience and power to the point where...
And the people we see that are really sick are the ones where their energy, their voltage or their frequency. I've been listening to all those specialists on frequency and voltage all over the world. If your frequency is really high, your energy is really high, generally these people are really well.
Yeah. If
your voltage, your energy, your emotional outlet, the whole lot is really low, then you're opening the door for cancer and all sorts of stuff. So I love the BioSpect and the respect that it resets your frequency. Yeah. Helps deal with so many emotional things. And it's every time I do an emotional session with people, I think, I wonder how that went. And 2 or 3 weeks later, I'm talking to a different person. Really? So it's been very exciting, and that's why, as long as sometimes it's a pain, it's 2 hours for some of the sessions I do, but it's worth every cent for them to see big changes. So the big emotional changes are very subtle,
Right.
but and I've been doing remote sessions with people where they've been the other side of the world and they're feeling really flat and really grumpy for a few days. 3 or 4 days later, they're ringing me up and saying, "Matt, I feel so much lighter." And I've watched a thing on by a medical, I don't know if he's a frequency specialist or he's a doctor anyway. He's saying frequency travels something like 186,000 kilometres per second.
Well,
So
you
know more how that works.
Yeah. What he's just quoting the speed of light, but actually that's not true.
Okay.
It's in the field. It's actually instantaneous.
Yep.
So the reason I do all my BioSpect sessions remotely, even when people are here,
Yep.
is that when you connect to the field, you're absolutely connected to source.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
and your soul is there.
Yep.
I mean, it's a morphogenic field. That is the essence of who you are.
Yep.
And Dr. Sue Morter talks about really...
That was who I was thinking of too. It was
okay, so
it
you
was
want, yeah.
Morse, yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, illness and symptoms come up to get us to go back into the expression of our soul.
Yeah.
It's our higher self saying, wake up, you know, you're making poor choices.
Yep.
Now, the temptation is just to go back into the easy, you know, low energy way
Yep.
of operating. But what the body does is the body's the perfect mirror and it says, no, this is not okay.
Yep.
I'm going to take you down further and further to take you to the point where you can actually wake up and change your life. Because if you're not taking responsibility and you're just looking for a drug to fix you,
Yep.
all the drug's doing is turning off the flashing light. You know, you can cut the light to your dashboard,
Yeah.
but so what?
What I've noticed with the BioSpect in particular is by the people who really take note of what this is telling them to do, and the ones that look after themselves, even if they've been having a hard time, they change so quickly. But as you said, if they don't take care of themselves,
Yeah.
they just may as well go and sit in the tip.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
going to work.
And what percentage of people are showing up to you that are really turning around, and how often do you get people who just, you give them the treatment, it falls away, you give them the treatment, it falls away?
Basically, most people see us 2 or 3 times.
Oh, really?
There's
Okay.
very rarely, like I've got rare cases where somebody doesn't really want to change, they just want to have a chat and a discussion and enjoy a
Right.
social day out. Well, that can be 20 times.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
totally up to them. The other thing is I've got people remotely that I do in America, for instance, 18 or 20 sessions, but then they do
do
a
the work.
session, work their butt off for 3 weeks
Right.
and go, Matt, I need another session. Matt, I
Okay,
need another
great.
session. So it's all relevant to their job, what
Yeah.
attention they take for themselves. And then there's other energy workers we treat in Chiang Mai. They just get on the machine, they feel really good for 3 or 4 days, and they'll go and treat 20 people. And they're exhausted.
Yeah,
3
yeah.
weeks later, they come back to me, oh, I'm wrecked. Well,
Yeah.
what did you do? Did
Exactly.
you go and treat 60 people? Yes.
Yeah.
So there's many, many different stories I could tell you, and very exciting ones.
Well, you treat 60 people at a time, but you have the Pyrolite. And I remember
Yes,
before you
I
had
do.
the Pyrolite, you were toast.
I actually went to hospital with kidney stones and I was an absolute mess. And the Pyrolite technology, since then I've probably had nearly 600 people on the machine and I haven't had any problems really.
You haven't taken it? And-
Except I sit on the computer too much
Yeah.
and I need to lose weight, but we all do things that we shouldn't. So I'm one of those that needs to change myself.
And
it's a process.
you told me you sold 3 lights in KL, train the people, and they have Pyrolites to go with their
Yes,
machines.
they do. So
Yeah, I think it's essential. In fact,
it's too...
here's my Pyrolite for the
The
machine.
machine, there's a lot of energy involved in the BioSpect, and whether it's a semi-medical energy scan machine, the person sitting doing the work, there's a lot of energy going on there
Yeah.
continually, and you'd know that from yourself. When you started playing with it, you spent too many hours, you didn't have your Pyrolite and it wiped you out the next day.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you treat people day in, day out, I sometimes start and I've only got 1 Pyrolite, it's usually mine.
Yeah.
Because after 2 or 3 people, I'm zapped.
Yeah.
Because it's 2 hours each person on the computer, solid working through the details of this, but the energy from the machine if it works remotely all over the world to go to one person, you're sitting in front of this.
Yeah.
So it's a good protection base for that. I don't believe the machine hurts you for the operator, I just think it drains you. So
Yeah, if you don't have... I mean, you can have good boundaries through doing Qigong, and that's one of the reasons I do that every day.
yeah.
But the Powerlight is very protective. And, I see it physically, as I say, with no jet lag when I fly across the world. And I can, be up for 3 hours
We're about
non-stop.
to go to Europe, so I'm going to give that a go.
Dude, you've got the battery, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got one there. I've got
Yeah,
to charge
battery
it
is
up,
really
so-
cool. And nobody notices, I just have it in the bag behind my back,
Yeah,
and it's great. So I think you're going to be in more and more demand.
Well, who knows? It's been an amazing, probably 6 months. I started a company in Chiang Mai, and ever since then, my feet have hardly hit the ground. I think I'm on flight 14 or 16 coming up in the last 6 months. So, as you see it, and you're just the same. Oh, where are you today? Which country?
Well, you're worse than me at the moment.
Yeah, that's good. It's exciting times, and it's really nice to, in KL or Chiang Mai where we are, it's really good to be able to help people. So, and that's the purpose of why we're involved with BioSpect.
For me, my boundary is I really want to do remotes.
Yep.
Because I can do them from my healing centre. I can look after my life, and people who are willing to do the work and participate in the healing. These are very good inputs.
Yep.
They still have to do the work, but the pathology and the depth in which it goes to and the clarity in which the bioresonance shows blockages is phenomenal information.
The remote stuff is amazing to me because I can write down a list of, okay, can you please check this. Remotely, when somebody's across the other side of the world, the first 5 things that come up is the first 5 they wanted me to check.
Yeah.
And it's not just a little thing, they can be 20,000 kilometres away. And I said to one lady, I said, just between your 2 toes, have you got a little sore? And she goes, no, I haven't. And I said, can you please have a look at your foot? And she looks down and she goes, Matt, that is really freaking scary because you've just showed me something I didn't even know was there. And she's thousands of kilometres away. So the more I see this, and I, as a guy knows it, when I first was told about remotes, I knocked back 30 sessions. I said, no, they won't work. And then me and Guy started playing with
They corrupted you.
You corrupted me.
You were normal before.
Hundreds of sessions later, other than the one session the other day I wasn't really happy with, but the rest of them have just been... I still can't understand some of the things that happen. 21-year-old little young guy that's about to die, the doctors have said there's nothing we can do, we're going to have to turn his machine off. Wakes up the next morning. What happened the night before? I did 2 hours on the machine, found all the bacterial stuff in his head, the meningitis, the whole lot, treated it. The next thing you know, he's sitting up in bed. Coincidence? I don't think so. This has had hundreds and hundreds of times over. And I get very excited, as you do. The remotes are just, the machine, I love putting people on there. I love seeing the frequency envelop them. I love people who are really sick. They've got issues all over the place. The emotional stuff, I've seen it clear so many things, and it gives them the energy to actually start taking attention and take care of themselves.
Exactly, And that comes back to what the soul wants. So it's all about unity consciousness, connecting back to source, to who we really are. Here, all of you at the Light Party were from very different backgrounds, and yet the human heart and the soul is constant. We all have the same experience of being here on the planet, and we can either come here and be a victim, or we can come here and contribute love and peace in our own heart. And I think that resonance spreads throughout the world. And I'm seeing it more and more. San Francisco, the Bay Area, was so different to LA. I met great people in LA, but the consciousness of people in Silicon Valley and the Bay Area was, these are a lot of people who want to do the work, and I'll be going back. Oh yeah, I got invited to a Stargate opening in Shasta, Manchester, by a woman called Tracy Ash. So she's very Oh, we're done. Cool.
He's finished.
Yeah, so Tracy said
The
she
scan.
wanted me to be part of their thing in Shasta in September, so that'll be good. Now, Sapphire, you're done. So let's see. Stomach. Oh, look at that. Okay. Well, Sapphire's an old friend, so I won't comment, but something to do with eating issues is showing up. So let me just start working on this, and let's have a look. Gastritis, interesting. And let's see if there are any. Ah, there we go. Bacteria. Okay. So already we found H. pylori is a very well-known bacterium. And I'm just going to go in and do that first at this level, may as well, and then go down deeper. Or would you tend to go deeper first? Yeah.
I'd invert it, but I would actually go into the deeper levels.
Before you even bother?
Yeah, especially if it's the first one with an A next to it.
Yeah.
I would go in deeper.
Okay. So let's
So
go.
just follow the numbers in if you click on that microscope.
Yep, there we go.
Yep, you're an old hand at this now.
Oh, yeah. Mainly because I've been working on myself.
Yep.
But,
that's the best way to learn the machine is get taught and practice on yourself, because you can knock yourself out.
well, so that you can see the villi are really blocked there. Or lysosomes. A lot of energy here.
Yep.
You see this is a chronic thing because the yin, the red line, is very elevated. Her system is trying its best with the yang qi, that's thought.
Yep.
But this is the yin, the red line, the south pole. That's what the body's responding. That's the anabolic, and this is the catabolic process. So, do we go further down here? It looks like
I'd just go to the mitochondria and have a look.
straight away. Okay.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep.
Mitochondria. All right. So they're working quite hard with that level. Ah, blocked mitochondria.
Now do some research on it.
Yeah. I guess any of these will do. I mean, those are quite nice lines, but they're really blocked. I might actually just go in and see what it's recommending. See if the thing's showing up. What I quite often find is let's see if I wrote it. Okay, so we have one bacterium there, and it's a different one. That's the amoeba one. I'm seeing that quite a lot, the fragilis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go and say hello to it. And quite often it's not at this level, it's showing up energetically. So we go up a level and find out where it's really hiding.
Mitochondria is usually loaded with about 3 or 4 things, and you've got to move up your layers towards your organ, as you know.
Yeah. Sometimes I find it just at the higher level, but it's not even... no, it's not showing up here.
Next one.
Yep. And then it probably... there we go. Okay, fine. So it's in the villi, which makes sense because the bacteria is a fairly large organism and it's not going to be hiding in the mitochondria, although viruses can be. Yeah, all right. So now let's do some treatments. We go down. So here it is. These are very alive. You see the white thing, say that it's got plenty of energy.
That's why that thing's jumping around all over the screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we're going to whack it. Now, I'm not as cruel as you because every bacterium, every part of the microbiota has its place.
Yep.
So for me, I don't want to completely destroy something. I want to bring it back into balance. But you know, the regulation of our whole system, the epigenetic regulation, is done through parasites,
Yep.
fungi, bacteria and viruses. So the whole microbiota absolutely part of our self-regulatory system.
Yep.
So it's just that when we're out of balance, maybe it's mental, maybe it's emotional, maybe it's environmental,
Yep.
then the bacteria get out of balance to sort of compensate. So what we're doing with BioSpect is giving it a chance to...
What we generally find is when there is too many bacteria in the system above the normal level, this is when these things show up on here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So let's go back into here, go into here, and we'll just continue from that point. So you can see it's beginning to die off.
The crucial thing is just to take all those yellow and white dots out.
Yeah. So, you know, Matt, before you went on your world tour, you gave me a couple of things, and it's been very, very helpful, and I'm just going deeper with...
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where you're going to take it, because you can come back and teach me when I get back.
Well, I want to show you about the Vegito test and the Recept, what I've been doing for people. Already, that's good ones. Let's go out. Let's go up and up, and then they go back in. Go from there. So we're going to do a third whack. And so what this is doing is just like the Royal Rife idea. He discovered the frequencies which deactivate and literally blow up. You can see some of the videos with his microscope of things being, cells ruptured and stuff like that. And so everything has a resonant frequency, and who's doing that. So we're doing exactly the same thing through
what we're
magnetics.
also doing is giving the immune system
That's pretty good, by
the
the way.
information to naturally heal.
Yeah.
So as
It
much as we
remembers
see
these,
these pictures on here, what we're doing is giving the information to your immune system. This is what area you need to pay attention to. And sometimes the immune system, we give it lots of information to treat this bacterial issue. So,
And you can see already we just have a couple
yep.
that aren't gone, so I'll just give it one more. And then, now, you know, Matt tipped me off about this, but obviously once you deal with infections, the body spends so much energy on dealing with infections, then you can clear the energy patterns much more easily. If you just go and try and treat directly without dealing with the pathogens, the body has no energy to do that.
Yeah, and if you don't treat the pathogens and viruses and bacteria and send frequency to the body, it has an adverse effect. So you've got to deal with that frequency and energy first.
So we've already seen that we've weakened it by 80%, and this is my favourite, the nidus of defeat. In other words, the entropy. We've reduced the entropy by 100%.
I guess the other thing you can do, right? Give me the mouse, remember? I haven't showed you this.
To see which
so you're
one's
worsening and improvement, so
Yeah.
it'll actually tell you that. I don't know if I showed you that.
Yeah, sometimes I do that.
Oh, it's only on your dots over here, but it
Yeah,
lets you know.
so it's flashing the ones.
Yeah, that's good.
There are a lot of things I want to try, and maybe when you're back we can experiment more, but this basic methodology seems to work nicely. Now, okay, so we dealt with here, and now we're going to go back into, where's my dot there, we're going to go back down into mitochondria. Now I'm going to treat the mitochondria with the Recept, and I'm going to do...
Just move on record.
Right?
What did you do then?
Aha!
This is what I didn't know.
Okay, so I'm going into it, I'm selecting Vegito test.
Which is here?
Yep.
Yep.
And then I'm saying Recept, just typing a name in. Now, the key thing is that I found, it actually does a really good job of drawing the lines together. Let's have a quick look. Look how much it's already improved it.
Yeah,
that's pretty
good.
Fantastic. 50%. But we can go and repeat it. And it's just another Vegito test. We don't imprint onto it.
Yep.
Because imprinting is sending the energy into the container. Mm-hmm. And that looks good. Yes. And what will happen is, stage after stage, it will help, but it will help by less.
Yep.
And that's natural. You know, it's like first time it's doing a lot.
Yeah.
And So I'm now going to go up and back down because I want to go back to the same thing here on Recito, and then working from that point, do another Vegito. Vegito means the parasympathetic nervous system. It's a weird word that they use. So it was Recept. Okay, one more go. And what I'm finding, the reason I like this method too, see how fast it is?
Yep.
It's not the ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah.
It takes ages.
Yep.
So that's how we go.
Cool.
And you see, we've only got 3 black dots or 4 black dots left. But you can see it's improving, but each amount is less. But And I can just give it one more go. There's no harm in doing that. Because each time is improving.
Yep.
And then go back into here. Do another one. And then do it here. Recept. And as I say, for the last probably 5 or 6 remotes I've been doing, including on myself, I've been using the Recept, which really, that's pretty good. And then maybe now I'll give it some sunshine.
How about if you imprinted a crystal? You know what I mean? So if you took this out and you got a crystal. Oops, sorry.
Oh yeah, you could do that.
You
but
do
the
that?
crystal, yeah, you can do all that.
Do you know what you have to do? So with crystals, if you go into this one, the reprinter,
Oh, you print it onto the crystal
you
for someone.
select the medium of alcohol or spirits, then you use that to actually send it. So yeah, I'll show you that after.
Okay, cool. I'd be interested. That's very interesting. Okay, I'll be interested in that. No, that's good. What I want to do now is give it some sunshine because we've now given it enough of the nanoliposomal. CBG is the really key thing in here.
Okay.
That's the stem cells of the hemp.
Oh, it's got stem cells in it. Cool.
Yeah, and that's why CBG is so rare, because it's only from the very young hemp. So when people are doing CBD oils, they're using older plants.
So it's young.
It's young, and this one has more CBG than any other product. Okay, let's have a quick look. Oh, that's pretty good. See, now we've just got 2 things. Just for the sake of it, we'll keep going, and go back here, and we'll do the metatherapy, and we'll do one more go. And so you see, in the terms of time, it didn't take long to do this.
Oh no, it's really quick.
Yeah, it's really, really quick. And look at that, it got...
At this level...
It's got all of... Oh no, it's just
it's
that one.
pretty impressive because usually it's fairly hard to change. You have to do more work with the options that are in the machine. So that's good to know. Yeah. It's good information. Unfortunately, somewhere like Malaysia...
Yeah, you're
when I take hemp oil in there, I'd spend a bit of time in the big house.
I know, that's really a shame because...
the concept of people's minds aren't aware of... There's no drugs in this stuff. So.
Okay, here's the solution.
Okay, just charge a bottle with it.
No, it's anonymous.
Okay.
I mean, this is just... Basically what this is peppermint oil with some other stuff in it.
Okay.
So... I'll give you a bottle that's why I do it for all of these, you know.
Yep. Okay. Stem cell ginseng. Yep.
And this one would just be called peppermint.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to put you in any kind of house for that. Peppermint is not illegal.
Yeah.
But just don't tell people.
No. Not on live feed.
But seriously, it's so crazy because the key thing with this is the 20 nanometer liposomal. That's the method in which plants communicate with your cells.
Yeah.
The receptor sites on the cells for phytochemicals are that size, and it's liposomal because the cell has a lipid membrane.
Yep.
All right. So plants, the reason plants work so well as herbs is that they're delivering in these little packages the material. Exactly the same thing going on here.
See, that's good.
Yeah. So, anyway, now we've done this level, And we're going to go up to the stomach. Actually, let's just whack it here with... We can do one of these.
Yep.
Why not? We'll do Recept again. And, I know Sapphire, so stomach and digestion is her big thing. And she understands it's multi-leveled. So I won't need to say anything about that. Here we go. Now you see this is very long term, the yin.
It's been there a long time.
Long time.
Yep.
And those low frequencies are to do with organs and everything like that, so that's deeply embedded. Let's actually not bother yet. Let's do another one.
And it's sometimes a matter of, on this as well, pre-test some of the homeopathic stuff, this stuff, to compare what is best for the person before you actually send anything. So that's the beautiful thing about the machine. Before you send something that's not doing them some good, you can pre-test.
But look at that one go of Recept. You
good.
See how that... That's pretty amazing.
Yep.
So I'll do another one. I'm not saying this is going to be universal, but
but
all the
but
remedies
you're going to
I've done...
find certain percentages, like rich, it'll be a massive change, where for me it may not be. But if you put cornelian on there, like I've got these beads here,
yes, that's a good thing for you.
That's 95% for me. So it all depends. Frequency and all these sort of things are different for each person.
Absolutely.
So it's good.
That again was a good solution. Let's go up again. Go back down. And then go back to the last one, the second. And you see how much change that says number 2.
Yep.
Give it number 3. And then we'll do some sunshine. So you see, the body's going to take some time to change here.
Yeah,
because
the way this works is we send this, we get these curves really happy. Over the next 3 weeks, the information has gone to the immune system remotely, or if someone's in the headphones, in the next 3 weeks, all these changes are implemented.
Exactly.
It's not instantly,
no.
It's over a journey. So people go, well, I don't feel any different for 2 days. A week later they go, Matt, I feel amazing. And they're the other side of the world.
Yeah,
so we've got to bear in mind these things are for a reset for our immune system over 3 weeks.
And like you said before, they have to show up to do like that. If they don't have a horrible lifestyle and eating crap food, then
if they're going to look after themselves and really pay attention to what this is telling them, there'll be a big change. But if you're going to be a junk food or come to me on LSD and want a session, don't worry about it, because they come.
Really? Okay, so let's just give it some... Actually, let's get out of here. Go back to here. Oops. Let's go up a level. I want to go to make sure I'm on the end, the last treatment.
Yep.
So back there, the last Vegito. And that's...
What you actually just did then, just go up a level. Sorry, go back one.
Okay.
Go up here. No. Just go back into that same... where you were.
There was a metatherapy there.
Go here.
Yeah.
And metatherapy, the last one. That one there. Okay, that one's the one you actually went to. That one there. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And then build from there.
Just that way, you're building on the right level.
Right.
The other one was Receipt.
So what this is, the metatherapy is from the Russian database of 100,000 people. In this case, from healthy people, what the frequencies look like. So if this part of your body is not optimal, it imprints you with the frequencies you would have if you were healthy. Yeah,
it's the frequency of a really healthy organ. If it's a nose or whatever, it's the frequency of a really healthy nose with all your readings from the machine.
Yeah.
So it's a comparative reading from another really healthy person, just like Guy, in that organ. Which is good.
So you can see how nicely this is clearing up. And this went from a really, really blocked place. So I think I'm actually good there.
Yep.
And now we'll just do the stomach. And what I'm going to do, because this is just to illustrate, and then later I'll work on the rest of it, but it's been a long video. Same deal.
Yep.
Recept.
Now I'm really curious to see if my machine's doing that, because
I think it will, yeah, because that was the trick. It was in the manual, and it just had one line about it.
I read the manual, and I got it to do it once the other day, but it's been a while since I've done these, so that's all right.
Yep. Okay, now And then let's do another one. Let's go again. Now you see again how same thing, and it's must be going to wake up.
See the first pattern. This is the first thing of the stomach. So
yeah, right.
if you do a comparative analysis up here,
and it's given her a lot more energy here. The yang qi.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about Recept. It really energizes the yang.
Yeah.
So that it can do its work. And because it's the endocannabinoid system, that's fundamental to healing of the whole body.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Recept. Okay. Looking better. At this point, let's have a look.
I would probably only go for reset once in each layer, like this layer here.
Yeah.
I'd only do that once, and then you
do metatherapy.
But I understand you're doing this to speed up the
this
podcast.
And also I know that this is an area she could do with a lot of help, so I think the Recept is good. But
different.
Yeah, but I take your point. So right now, just because we'd have to go down and up again to reset it,
fine.
but it's okay. Let's do sunshine.
Cool.
And then it's interesting, this area is really blocked at the sphincter, where it's going into the duodenum. And that's, acid stomach and then alkali duodenum. So the body has to do a lot of work there. In order to start absorbing the oils, the fatty stuff at that level.
And this is where you've got your pancreas and all these other things that are connected to this.
Right.
You actually will find that when you look in this, the stomach and all that will be all mixed up in this whole thing.
Yeah, very much.
And that's what's good about the machine. It naturally tells you where you need to go next.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go, Sapphire. Your stomach is being rebuilt. And then I think we're going to wrap it up and I'll just carry on treating you. But I wanted to show people more in depth what the BioSpect's doing, and particularly taking advantage of Matt being here.
He always does.
Yes. And Matt's not really here.